Hey fellow real estate investors, are you looking for an easy solution in order to get rent information on a property so that you can evaluate it in your assessment? Well, I'm going to show you how to do exactly that using Rentometer and Zapier. My name is Ariel Herrera with the AnalyticsAriel channel, where we bridge the gap between real estate and technology. If you like simple solutions in order to automate and add systems, then please follow this channel as well, subscribe and like our content. All right, let's get started. Great, so right now I'm on Rentometer's homepage and I have an example here of entering a property, and we are able to get an awesome response back of information on rent. So Rentometer, what they basically do is they look at comparables, so other properties that have rented within a given time frame that are similar to the one that you enter, to give you a better idea of what the rent should be. Maybe you're an investor who already has a list of properties and you're trying to assess what you should increase rents to, or you're an investor that's looking to evaluate multiple properties, so maybe at scale, and you want a quick way to see what the rent should be so you can calculate other things like the 1% rule, cash flow, and so on. So Rentometer recently released an API several months ago, and the president, Mike Lapsley, made an amazing overview of how to utilize the API at a high level. And what I want to do is show you a little bit more granular of other things you could do with this API using Zapier. For those of you that aren't aware of Zapier, it's an amazing tool that allows you to automate different actions across many different applications. So I'm going to jump right into the Zap that I created. So I created a Zap that basically every time I get an email from Zillow, so for example, I have an email set up at looking on properties, Riverview, Tampa, which is close to the Tampa Bay area and Florida. And what I want to be able to do is say, hey, a new listing just came out. I have information in the email, like the price, the number of bedrooms, baths, and the address. But every time I get this email of a new listing, I want to quickly assess what the rent should be and calculate some things based off of that. So this is basically taking a secondary step to what Mike already did in that video. So for Zapier, I have a Zap set up where every time I have a new email from Zillow, which if I click this, I've already set up my account, and I have this string that every time there's an email from Instant Update Zillow, and it has to do with new or pending or something that's different about a property, then to automatically kick this whole Zap off. So for example, this listing over here would kick it off if I got it to my email. The next steps I do is I actually parse the email using Python. So Rentometer does require that you have an API key, but alongside that, you need to have the address or at least the location, latitude, longitude coordinates of the property. So what we want to do is to be able to get this address here. It's something that I did very similar in one of my courses, which if you want more detail, either message me for private coaching or you could check out the course itself. So in this, I have some Python code, which basically gets that information that we want over here. And if we go to test action, I've already tested it, but you could see now we have key value pairs. So we have street, the street from the email, the city, the list price, which is going to be really important for the 1% rule, and so on. Next, we go to Rentometer, and we're able to actually pass that information. So in that email, we got the street, city, state, zip code. I passed that in. I passed in number of bedrooms, baths, also from that email. And in my case, my search is specific only for single family homes, so I know it's always going to be a house. So this gets done. So we have 3 steps now. Every time an email comes through, parse the email to get the information and go to Rentometer's API to get rental data. So if we look at test action, we could see now that we have rental data, mean, median, min, and max. Now what's really useful is Michael in the video had steps on calculating the 1% rule and comparing that to the sale price. Well, because we get the sale price in the email and with just a few lines of code, we could do this with just coding and not needing to have any manual metrics within the Excel file, because that could always lead to errors and so on. So if we go now to the Zap, we calculate the 1% rule. Super simple. This is literally 2 lines of code here, just 2 lines of code. We get the median rent, then the list price, which the median rent comes from Rentometer, list price comes from the email. We take these inputs, we calculate the 1% rule, and then we calculate how different is the sale price or list price based against the 1% rule. So basically, would this pass or not? And here you could see in this case, the 1% rule would be 145,000. The property is listed at 300,000 plus. So in this case, the 1% rule definitely does not pass. It's 0.54%. And we want to be able to record this, right? So we have a Google Sheets file, which is this here. And what I'm going to do is just remove this row so you could see this live actually happen when we test it. We have the columns in our Google Sheets, and we specified what we want each of those columns to be filled with, which is some information from the email itself, and then some information from Rentometer, and then lastly, our automatic calculations of the 1% rule. So if we go to test action, I'm going to retest and review. So right now, Zapier is sending that information to Google Sheets. And if we look, the information is there, right? So amazing, because we don't have any formulas here. It's automatic, and it would happen every single time an email comes through. But we could always take it one step further. I only want to know if there's a good deal or not if it meets the 1% rule in this example. And I'm not going to check this Excel file every 5 minutes, but I still want to be alerted when it passes. So with Zapier, they have some really neat functionality where you can do an if-else statement and only continue if it meets certain criteria. So I have here where anytime the sales price compared to what the 1% rule should be, if that percent is greater than 0, then that means it does pass the rule. If not, it doesn't. So in this case, if it were to pass the rule, I would then send an email to myself that would basically say, hey, the information did pass. So if we look at that here, we could see, we could set up the message any custom way we want to, which is really neat. And in this case, I've passed information about the email, so the full address, the list price, and then that calculation of the 1% rule against the sales price. So this is a really, really awesome way for you to automate a process. I know I stepped through this a little bit more quickly, but I want you just to get the overview and power of using Rentometer coupled with Zapier to automate a lot of actions and talk to a lot of different applications. Now, if this is something that you feel like you need additional help with and you'd like to hire out my services, please check me out on Fiverr, where me and my team could look into helping based on what applications you use to bridge in Rentometer API and possibly some other APIs as well. Again, not an employee with Rentometer. However, I am a passionate developer and trying to make things a lot easier for others. So if you like this kind of content, then please subscribe to this channel. Thanks.